Welcome back, you beautiful people, or if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to talk about giving up on life. Now, when you hear that phrase, when you hear that title, it might sound very depressive, very nihilistic, and it can be if you can't replace giving up this world with anything else. And you might be asking, if you give up on the world, what else is there? This is where the teachings of spirituality come in as a saving grace, a saving light. Before I continue on, I just want to mention a phrase from the dating world, and don't worry, it's applicable to this. The saying is, if you want to get over someone, get under someone else. In other words, if you kind of miss the point, when you have desire for someone and they break your heart, they let you down, they don't want to be with you anymore, you still have a desire to be with someone. So where is that desire going to go? If you can't be with them, if you can't get over them, get under someone else. Put that desire into another person. Obviously, it's from the dating world. How is it applicable to this video? If you can't get over the world, if it's letting you down, if you can't find happiness in it, you need to get under the teachings of spirituality. You need to replace the desire of the world, the desires of the imminent, to the desires of the transcendent, and it won't let you down. Why is that? Because we all inherently want happiness. That's our default state, our default setting. If you look at my other videos, I can show you why that's the case. Our inherent nature is happiness, love, and peace. But when we think we're just this person, and all we can do is find it in this objective reality, and it lets us down, and we have no other options, we're not into spirituality, we're not into religion, where's all that desire going to go? It can go into some dark places for so many people, especially these days. This is why there's so much depression, anxiety, mental health. Because especially in the West, we've cut off this spiritual tie, this religious tie that we had in the past. I remember reading this article, faith, family, and friends are the key to a happy life. A lot of people don't have faith, a lot of people don't have family, and a lot of people don't have genuine friends. No wonder why everyone's so miserable. But getting back to the main point, giving up on life. Here's a newsflash. I've given up on life. And again, not in a nihilistic sense. In the sense of, I've renounced the world. Because I'm so disciplined? No. It's like a child renouncing its toys. A child loves toys when they're young. They love playing with them. But at a certain age, they grow up and they just lose interest in the toys. They don't grow to a teenager and look at the toys and go, oh, I want to play with it. Oh, I can't. No, they're not resisting temptation to play with the toys. They just go, I don't want to play with these toys anymore. And this is what happens on the spiritual path. The more you get into these teachings, the more that this spiritual practice gives you a sense of well-being, inner peace, happiness, you realize my attention is not in the world anymore. I'm transcending the toys of the world. Not because you're so disciplined, you're so spiritual. Actually, it is because you're so spiritual. But it's not hard. It's just you realize, the world's limited. Everyone's competing for the same limited resources in the world. No one's competing for God. No one's competing for the infinite. And even if they did, it's infinite. There's enough for everyone. There's enough inner peace, happiness, and joy for everyone in the infinite. Where are all the problems in the world? Why do people get into conflict and argument, competing over the limited people, limited resources, wanting the world to be as they want it, other people wanting the world to be as they want it? This is why we argue, conflict, competing. When you're like, you know what, you guys take it. My happiness isn't here. I'm in the world to function. I'm in the world to serve and help my loved ones, but I don't need happiness from it. You guys take it. Go first. Go ahead. This is the mindset you develop when you give up on the world. Give up in a spiritual sense, not in the nihilistic sense, like I said. Not in the sense of, what's the point of anything? There's no happiness. I want happiness, but it's not here. What's the other option? I don't want to talk about it. A lot of people consider those things, and I know people that have done terrible things to their person. It's so sad, honestly. I don't have to tell you that. If you have a love of spirituality, if you have a love of God, you are so blessed. Because it'll lead you away from finding limited happiness in the world to finding unlimited happiness in your true nature. I'm not going to go into self-inquiry. I'm not going to go into how the absence of desire is happiness. I've got many videos on that. But what I'm basically saying is, if you're lost, if you feel like there's no hope, and you're drawn to spiritual teachings, you are on the right path. I'm telling you right now. It might sound confusing. It might sound mystical, But when you get down to it, especially the teachings of non-duality, I might be biased, well, I am biased, but these teachings are, honestly, they're scientific. You're using the scientific method on the subject you think you are. You're analyzing your mind. You're analyzing, why do I feel anger? Why do I feel jealousy? Why do I feel desire? Once you understand the mind, how it traps you, how it plays a game with you, causes suffering, you're free from the mind eventually. You realize the game of the mind, what it's doing. And at that point, it's like anything in life. What you stop paying attention to stops affecting you. When you stop paying attention to the world, wanting it to be how you want it to be, desiring things in the world, getting so caught up and worried about how your mind's operating, I'm feeling sad, negative thinking. When you stop paying attention to it, it calms down naturally because you're not feeding it attention, just like everything else in life. You anchor your attention, your true essence, your true source, which I've mentioned in so many other videos. Once it's anchored in truth, all the attention of the world, desires, problems slowly die down. Does that mean you're going to be a superhuman, be all-knowing, all healthy, all rich? No, you're just a regular person. There is just the one appearing as many. There is the one appearing as you and me and all 8 billion of us, all the animals, all the plants. This person, this apparent person was born, will live a life and die. It has limitations, but you realize I'm not this. I'm not limited to this. The essence of me is the essence of all. And when that dawns on you, I can't logically show you. You just need to keep hammering spiritual practice until you realize it for yourself. You know this is the truth. You know this is correct. There's a sense of relief. There's a sense of love that instead of going to just this person, me and mine, and my family, my possessions, it goes out to all of reality. But all I'm basically trying to say is, if you're losing hope in this life and you're getting interested in spirituality, you're on the right track, my friend. There's no stopping it now. Once you're interested in this, you're going to keep going. You might start on this path at a certain point, go, no, this isn't for me. This is ridiculous. I did this for many years. Was on the spiritual path, thought this is bullshit, actually. I'm going to go back to the world. But you can't go back to the world. Once you see some spiritual truths, you can't unsee them. And don't worry, it's a good thing. And because it's difficult, it is worth doing, like everything else in life. Anything that's difficult pays off well in the end. It gives you lasting happiness in the end. Anything easy and simple is fleeting. It's not worth your time. I thought I'd share that message with you guys. Thank you again for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And until the next video, take care of yourselves, okay? See ya.